foreign nationals, illegal immigrants, asylum seekers are coming over every day to this country. What, 1,800, 2,000 people a day, they reckon's coming over now. They're putting them in hotels. They're chucking people out of hotels to put these people in, yeah? They're closing hotels down so nobody can go and stay there. They put in there, they get 3 meals a day, they get all the heating they want so they're nice and warm. They go down the towns, they molest our women, they try to sexually abuse our children, get them into hotels and all that sort of thing. And it's still allowed. The government is still allowing it, yeah? Anybody does anything about it, they're going to put you in prison. Okay. Then on top of that, now what he does now, he gives all these asylum seekers, illegal immigrants, foreign nationals, he gives them everything. These poor old girls and these old boys that have got no money, yeah? They've got a little bit of savings, but that little £300 a month, right, helps out. They can get a little bit of food, they can put that little bit more heating on you. Now, the government has stopped it. I don't think it's even every month, it's every 3 months or 4 months they get £300. £300 every 3 or 4 months, and yet they're giving all this to the asylum seekers, illegal immigrants, and all these sort of people. They give them every day. They're giving them money and everything else. Yeah. So our poor old women and our old men are getting nothing. The government has stopped that. That's someone's mum. That's someone's dad. You know what I mean? And mums and dads at that age are very independent, mate. They don't want nothing from no one. But the government are giving them that little bit of money so they feel comfortable with it. Now, they're starting to panic. Old people are starting to panic because they're not getting their money. And there's no heating, there's no food. Now they're really starting to panic. And old people, right, the heart, mate, this is when it's the heart can start getting heart attacks where they're panicking so much, right? So this Prime Minister and his whatever they are, right, that work with him, they're going to kill old people. And it's worse that they're killing them and they don't mind that they're killing them. You know what I mean? My mum and my dad are dead, you know, rest in peace. But I don't know what I would do if he'd done it to my mum and dad, you know what I mean? They just get away with so much because of the bully tactics, yeah? The bully tactics because they've got the army around them, they've got the police around them, they've got so many people around, they can do what they're like spoiled little kids. They're like, you see them in the House of Parliament, they're just like spoiled little children. They don't live, they've never lived a life. They don't know what living's about, you know what I mean? They've never been on the pavement in the Western world like we walk around. And I don't see that, yeah? They wouldn't survive. You imagine one of them being let on the streets for a couple of weeks or a day. They'd die. They couldn't handle it. They just can't handle us the way we live. And they're jealous of that. They're put into private schools. They're bullied in private schools, yeah? Then they become MPs and they start bullying people because they can. And now the Prime Minister and his cabinet are bullying old people, taking that little bit of money off them that they give all of the asylum seekers, illegal immigrants, every day. Every day they're giving them money, mate. You know? And yet, I can see the police and I can see the army turning their back on this Prime Minister because they must realise now this man is no good, mate. He's no good. He shouldn't be in this job. He should not be a Prime Minister. 20% of the votes he got, 20%. The other 80%, no one voted. So he got in. It's crazy. You know what I mean? That this man thinks that he is the Prime Minister over the votes of this country, but no one voted because the people that voted just voted for Labour. You know what I mean? I feel sick, man. I feel sick. I'm a pensioner myself, yeah? I'm a pensioner. But I don't think I'm a pensioner. If I want need money, I go and get money, yeah? I'm not a ponce, I don't ponce money. But it seems a shame that people like my age are really old people. They're old and they don't know how to live their life. They just sit in the house watching a little television with the heating on and a little bit of food to survive, yeah? We don't want to kill these old people because they, in the war, they fought for us. They fought for us in the war, mate. That's why we're here. We're alive because of them. You know what I mean? And yet, Keir Starmer, whoever he is or whatever he is, he's taking their money from them. And yet they've been paying tax and insurance all their life. And he's just taking that little bit of money from them. You know what I mean? The geezer, listen, this guy makes me sick. He makes me bodily sick. To think, he thinks he's a man. He thinks he's a man. He's not a man. Do you know what makes it even worse? What does his wife think about him? She must think, what have I married? Who is this guy, man? He's an animal. Look at the state of him. Just look at the state of that man. Honestly. How has he become the man he is? You know what I mean? I don't know really. It's like, and then on top of that, yeah, what even makes it even more worse, no, not more worse than taking the old people's money from them. Because I don't think, personally, that is going to happen. I don't think that he's going to get a vote of no confidence, mate. Something's got to happen, yeah? I don't think that he's going to take money from old people. I think his arsehole's going to go, mate. Personally, I think his arsehole's going to go and he's going to pay it. Because that'll be his last straw, believe me. That will be his last straw. Anyway, the other thing I think that he's took white liberties, he was head. He used to be head of the CPS, yeah? The prosecutor is the head of it, yeah? So he knows all the judges and everything. So he's got his little judges to do what they're doing now, yeah? But what makes it even worse, right? That people and the riots and all that and doing silly things like getting their dogs to bark and all that, and people, I don't know, some of the people that have been put away is ridiculous, yeah? But these people have been put in prison for what, 14 months, 12 months, 11 months. But what makes it even worse is this, right? There's people in there for armed robberies, GBHs, sex offenders and all that, yeah? They've got to wait 2 years, some even longer than that, to go to court, to a Crown Court for judge and jury, right? To find out these people are not guilty, mate. There's people in there now who are not guilty waiting to go to court. Now, people on the riots are going straight to court and getting sentenced straight away. No, they haven't got to wait days. They're going straight to court and getting sentenced. Because what's happening is the police or the CPS are saying to them, listen, if you fight this, you're going to be in custody. You ain't going to get bail. You're going to be in custody, mate. You're going to be put on remand and you might not get to see a judge or a jury for 18 months or 2 years. But if you go guilty on this now, we're going to give you 11 months. And that's what they're doing. They're bribing people. They're bribing people to go guilty. And the poor people that are waiting to go trial, they can't make it out what's going on. They just can't make out what's happening, because even if you go to court and you plead guilty, you don't get sentenced straight away. You got to go away for reports. That could take 6 months, even longer. So you're not gaining anything, So like this Prime Minister is a very, very clever man, because he had a very, very clever job where he took liberties with this job, yeah? He's took bigger liberties being the Prime Minister. How he's got away with being a Prime Minister, well, we know that, because it was only 20% of 100% of voters. Do you know what I mean? People that didn't even vote for anybody else but Labour. 20%. Mate, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know. These poor old people that are in their houses now, yeah? You know, it's terrible, mate. It's terrible, you know. It's terrible. They're in there now. They watch television, these old people, because that's all they got to do is watch telly. And they're watching telly now, and then this Prime Minister and his cabinet are saying that we're not going to give old people any money so they can get the heat in and they can get a little bit of food. Fair play to Conservative, because it was Conservative that brought it in. You know, no matter what, how bad they were, they looked after the old people. I love them for that, yeah? But Labour, nah, mate. They were. It's always been, I've known it most of my life, yeah, that Labour have been for the working class people. That was what they were. Now, they're not for nobody but themselves. They're not for nobody but themselves. And illegal immigrants and asylum seekers, that's all we're for. They're not for us, mate. They don't look after us. We don't get nothing. We're going to get kicked in the teeth. You know what I mean? It's terrible. Anyway, I'm not happy the way things are gone, mate. I'm not happy the way things are gone. I'm not happy about all the people that come over here, what they get. I'm not happy the way the old people are getting kicked in the teeth, yeah? I don't think either that this Labour Party have got the arsehole, right? They might have at the minute. They've got the arsehole to stop the old people's bit of money, because that will be the last thing they'll ever be able to do. Everybody will just go, nah. Labour, nah. They're going to get kicked up the arse and chucked out of Parliament, mate, because they ain't no good. They ain't no good. They're bully boys, yeah? They're bully boys, mate, that can do this because they are. They're bully boys who have been bullied all their life in these private schools. When they come out, it's time for them to bully us. And that's what they're doing. Bang, bang, well, nice one.